What is up everyone, it's CMG here. So today we shall be doing another Overwatch 2 top 5 skins video, because we haven't done one of these since the Zenyatta video that I made 2 months ago. So for this one, we will be speaking of one of my most recent mains in Overwatch 2, Kiriko. Now, as we all know, she is the second hero to be announced for the game back in late 2022 when Overwatch 2 was first released after Sojourn, and as well as Ana, is a hero that I'm playing most of the time. Now, I've kind of held back on making a top 5 skins video for Kiriko because as she was a recent hero, she didn't have that many skins in the game. So I waited for a bit until she gained a few more skins through the many seasons we've had in Overwatch 2 so far, and now that she has more than 5 skins, I feel it's fitting to finally dedicate a top 5 skins video for her. Now, a few rules before we start this. Firstly, I'm not including Kiriko's mythic skin Amaterasu, considering it is completely unfair to have to include mythic skins along with a whole host of legendary ones, as they bear a lot more features and design upgrades to that of legendaries, and for me at least, they usually, like by default, instantly make me choose them as number 1 on my list. And second of all, you might see some epic skin entries here as well, because of course, Kiriko is pretty short on skins compared to everyone else because she's a newer hero, and even so, some of her epic skins, as well as legendary ones, have some very nice design features. So before we go ahead and do this, I'm going to remind you all once again, if you like this idea for content and you want to see more in the future, go ahead and click on the subscribe button, send a comment, like the video, and then turn on your notifications. It really does help me out a great deal. For those of you that have done it already, thank you, I really appreciate you. Right then, let's get started with 5 of my all-time favourite Kiriko skins. So at number 5, I'm actually going to go with Kiriko's Tatsumaki skin. So as you might have guessed, Kiriko is portraying Tatsumaki, the terrible tornado in the anime series One Punch Man. Overwatch 2 did a collaboration with this series way back in March 2023. I think Kiriko is a perfect fit for this character. She wears the green hair exceptionally well, and to go along with this skin, has a very enticing victory pose that fits the character demeanor. Now, I have placed this skin at number 5 because the design of the outfit Kiriko is wearing is way too similar to the one that she wears in her classic outfit, leading people to believe that this skin was in fact an epic rather than a legendary. There are some differences, however, in that the lower attire and the boots that she wears in the classic have all been replaced with bare legs and high heels, which is exactly what Tatsumaki looks like in the anime. I guess they had to make her look exactly like the character, but they didn't have much to work with in terms of additional features, so they just went with what closely resembled the character, which is okay, I guess. It's understandable, but I'm not overly a fan of skins that look too much like epic skins and are labelled as legendaries, so I feel that's a solid reason for putting it at number 5. Okay then, so at number 4, I'm going to be placing the Witch Halloween Terror skin. Now this is another shop-related skin, so I probably don't own this one. However, I think this is definitely a solid skin for Kiriko. So according to the description of this skin in-game, Kiriko is meant to be a witch who specialises in divination, and I reckon she definitely shows that off right down to a T. As you can see, you have the witch's hat, a completely different hairstyle, and a proper witch's outfit to go with it. I especially like the idea that the outfit has somewhat of a sheen to it too, almost like it's made out of like a leathery material. I actually hope one day, probably when we get our 3rd or 4th Halloween Terror event into Overwatch 2, this ends up being maybe perhaps a free skin that you can pick up from a Twitch drop event or something, because I'd love to own this skin. Unfortunately, as I said previously, this is a skin that can only be seen in the shop, so to hope that this will be a free skin in a few years' time is a long stretch, but never say never. Right, so at number 3 on the list, I'm actually going to be placing an epic skin, which will be the Rogue skin. Now this skin was actually from the Season 5 Battle Pass. Season 5, if you remember, was the one which had the Adventurer Tracer mythic skin and the medieval theme to it. It also had the game mode Mischief and Magic, which, I'll be honest, I never played. And this is where this skin's origins comes from. There, you had a team of Rogue Kirikos going up against Genji Royal Guards, and it was mainly a hide-and-seek kind of game mode, which looked a lot like Windtrace from Genshin Impact. But about this epic skin, this one has a much darker tone compared to the classic outfit, except here, Kiriko has white hair, and she has a hood up, which is much like a rogue. I'm kind of drawn to this one more than others because of its mystique. To be honest, skins with much darker designs are always more appealing to look at. Right then, the number 2 Kiriko skin I reckon will be our second epic skin. Now, unlike the Rogue skin, this one looks very appealing. Not necessarily in terms of a complete design redo, but rather the colours and patterns that are used for this skin. So number 3 is the epic Sakura outfit. So Kiriko here has completely removed the Red Fox headband in favour of a pink hairstyle with a small flower. And then the regular outfit has been recoloured with a pinkish white gradient with some traditional Japanese Sakura blossom designs on the skirt. I think this whole design looks very pretty. Now, before you go ahead and say stuff like, "Chris, this is a pinkish skin. Isn't this design meant to be for girls?" Well, actually, pink represents quite a lot of things besides these stereotypes. For example, there is a whole lot of hot pink used in the synthwave aesthetic, which is something that I'm a huge fan of. And when you consider the possibility that synthwave is derived from Japanese origins, everything comes full circle, and suddenly I found my reasoning for appreciating the skin. So now that I've said that, I kind of feel bad that I don't own this skin, and maybe if there aren't any other skins that I'd like to buy at the time of a possible rerun for the skin in the shop, I might be inclined to make a cheeky purchase on it one day. Alright, so before I reveal the number 1 Kiriko skin, I just want to remind you all once again, don't forget to like and subscribe to this video if you did enjoy it and you are currently enjoying it right now. And yeah, maybe you might get to see more videos like this in the future. Okay, and finally, the number 1 Kiriko skin, in my opinion, is, well, I have to admit, this was probably a no-brainer for me. It is her K-pop outfit from the Le Sserafim collaboration. The anti-fragile Kira skin, if I got that correctly. This is, and still remains, the only skin that I have ever purchased from the shop. Okay, let's be clear on this. I'm not a K-pop fan, by any stretch, and I probably never will be. However, I think this outfit looks really good on Kiriko, and it was no surprise that I chose to purchase it, honestly. From the red beanie hat, to the bluish yellow hairstyle, and then we have what looks like a low-cut top with sleeves with Le Sserafim written on the front of it, and then she's wearing denim shorts, and then to make Kiriko look like she's still wearing her traditional skirt attire from the classic skin, you have what looks like a denim jumper tied around her waist. Yes, very stylish. And then, check out those boots! Extremely stylish. Yeah, honestly, if I'm not using Kiriko's mythic skin, I'm probably using this one. I think Kiriko looks very pretty. I think the hairstyle definitely suits her, and I love the fact that she's wearing a beanie hat as well. I think that was the game changer for me, to at least buy the skin for that alone. I'm always wearing a beanie hat, so for a character to wear something very similar, something I can relate to, that is a huge win in my book. Okay, so those were my personal favourite Kiriko, Legendary or Epic skins. But what are your personal favourite Kiriko skins in Overwatch 2? Let me know in the comment sections down below. So this is going to be the end of the video, guys. Thank you very much for watching. If you like this idea for content and you want to see more in the future, go ahead and click on the subscribe button. Send a comment, like the video, and then turn on your notifications. It really does help me out a great deal. You can also check me out on all of my other social medias, my Twitter or my X account, my Discord, and of course, my TikTok. And let's not forget my Instagram and my Threads, if you can remember that. Thank you very much for watching, guys. Have a great day. Have a great life. Be nice to your fellow gamers because we're all human beings. I've been CMG as always. Until the next video, I shall see you later. Peace!